Let's hear free statements from two more candidates. First, Congressman Tancredo, and then Governor Huckabee.
We have had 40 years of unlimited, 45 years really, of unlimited immigration, both legal and illegal, into this country. It has become that is a problem. Unlimited, massive immigration is a problem. But when it happens commensurately without the same amount of assimilation, it becomes a catastrophe. We will become what Teddy Roosevelt warned of, and he said you can have immigration, but if it happens without assimilation, all you end up with is not a nation, but a polyglot boarding house. Some of my friends on the stage, both governors and senators, said we should trust their judgment. Well, their judgment is what got us into this problem, so we need to trust somebody else to get us out.
Congressman Tancredo, what's your take on all that?
Yeah, I had the opportunity to serve under Ronald Reagan as the regional director for the U.S. Department of Education. Our task was to try to narrow it down because we knew we couldn't legislatively get rid of it, although we wanted to. And so I went, in my region, we went from about 222 people. It took us about 4 or 5 years to get down to about 60 people. I used to always say, we've gotten rid of 80% of the people in this department. Has anybody been able to tell the difference? And you know what? Not a single soul said they had. And something else, if we had gone to 0, you'd never know the difference. That's because we don't need the department. It's an encumbrance on our attempt to actually teach children in this country, as is the federal government and its intervention and its rules. But you can't, I don't think, Governor, with all due respect, you can't say on one hand you're against having government intervention, and on the other hand tell us that you want music and art and everything else in the school. That's not the job of a president. It is the job of a governor. That's what you should run for if you want to dictate curriculum. First 5 minutes after taking office, I would free Ramos and Compiègne, that's for sure. Then the second thing I would do was to make sure that we begin the process of securing those borders and enforcing the law inside the United States against hiring people who are here illegally. Then I would use that bully pulpit that the governor talked about, and it is absolutely accurate in terms of the importance of it for a president of the United States. For this reason, to explain that it is in fact a war. A war is not going on in Iraq. That's a battle. We are fighting a war against radical Islam. It is a threat to our existence as a nation. It's a threat to Western civilization. It will take someone who's willing to say that and lead Western civilization in this.
There are two sides to your human component, you know. One is the God-filled side, and one is the human side. And there are things that feed either side, you know. And whichever you feed the most becomes the dominant side. And so you have to kind of concentrate on feeding the good side, or else you will lose control over it.
Congressman Tancredo, your foreign policy positions on your campaign website consist of 5 sentences on Iraq. What assures Americans you're ready to lead our foreign policy?
Because the issue, of course, as I mentioned earlier, is just a battle going on in Iraq. The major battle is, of course, this clash of civilizations. I believe that the whole idea and the whole debate can be narrowed to a relatively small area on a website or any place else, and that is this: we cannot leave Iraq. We are committed there and will be for a long time, and that doesn't, I don't care who's elected president, that's the reality of the situation. We can, however, stop, in fact, being the police force in Iraq, and we are doing it. And we are moving in exactly the direction that my website, the statement, anticipates. What more do I have to say? We're getting it done. Sounds good, but you asked what we would do, what somebody else we think should do as in terms of a resolution. I have to say it because you're leading the pack now, and congratulations to you, Governor. But I have to ask you. No. Pointing right over there. Right over there.
Okay.
No, just a minute. Okay. Laughter does not count. I have to ask you the question. And the question is, how are you going to convince America that you are in fact changed your mind on the issue of immigration from when you were a governor? That's all I want to know.